Let's see who's going to come off better here. Excuse me while I adjust my controller. There we go. All right. Now, Legacy are starting on attack. Fragile are starting on defense. It was Legacy's map pick, I think. No, Team A picks it. It was Fragile's map pick. No, it was Legacy's map pick, which means Fragile gets to pick the map the side they play. I have no idea what I'm doing. It's not like I've been doing this for a couple of years now. I just get so confused sometimes. Maverick taken out of play first. No big surprises here. The next one is going to be the Jackal or Thatcher. I would expect a Jackal based on the way other things are. It's going to be Ace. Interesting. We haven't had many Ace bans this season. Maybe just the one. Maverick does make sense. He is good. You can use him for a blue take very, very effectively. Not so good for top... Actually, he's very good for top floor because he allows you to get into attic or closet with no effort at all. Maverick, great ban. Ace, interesting and makes perfect sense. Mute, another interesting ban that we haven't seen here too much before. We've seen Mute no times at all, I don't think, in this season. So interesting to see Mute coming into play. That makes sense. He is very powerful at the moment, even though his signal disruptors have been nerfed a little bit. He does make things very difficult for the likes of Flores, and Flores has been seen a lot on this map lately. So maybe that is exactly why we are seeing Fragile. Wait, was it Fragile? Oh my god. Legacy, rather, take him out of play. I was looking, I don't know what's going on tonight's stream. Enzo has left the game. We will pause it for a moment. He's probably checking skins. Laundry and supply room is going to be the first site. Okay. Okay, because the game hasn't properly started yet, this isn't going to count as a rehost. This is a skin issue, so Enzo's just checking his skins. 2 is not happy. Enzo, leave the stream. Bear with me. Oh, Barry's gone as well. Is Barry doing skins? Is Barry on the uniforms? What's happening with Barry? Oh my god. Teams, people. Teams. You gotta love them. For those of you that are new to the stream, if you take a look at the top, you'll notice... Well, if you're new to the stream, you might be wondering what the #5 and #6 mean. Basically, that's the current position of these two teams in the standings. And Enzo has returned on the wrong side. So Boomsy has left. That's not going to help. Enzo needs to leave. Ah, oh my god. Teams. All right, let's rehost. Well, we're not going to properly rehost just yet, but we're going to go to a rehost screen. Bear with me. Merxy's getting his confidence back because we are seeing him aggressively make his plays that we're used to seeing him make. I'm going to say easy picks onto default cams there. Pre-fires go out. That had to be intel. Good. 64. Watching an angle, just waiting for a player to come up that main staircase. Always White Joe gets a beautiful kill onto El Stapo. He's not the fragger. Oh no, he missed the rose. He missed the rose. But Slams is holding that from outside. Shats comes round. Bullets are missed. Diffuser is dropped. Shats gets that kill. It's now all on Slams to push in aggressively, but he can't make his way in because the hole in the wall isn't big enough. For the second time in this matchup, do have a bit of control. One smoke grenade does go out. That is going to take down the player on Monty. Great play there from Old. Together, easy pick onto the player that moves their way through. Oh no, Flores comes in and he does fall in the hands of Join. Sorry from Warfare. But they're not doing it. Instead, they're just losing White Joe downstairs, who's going to go on cams, which is what you need from your teammate. We've got Simple Signer watching cams for some reason, even though we have a dead player that could have watched it before him. No, he's going to be peeking out with the pistol, trying to one-tap. He does manage to hit Signer. Signer should come off better here. He's just aiming a little bit too high and too far to the right. He's trying to one-tap back, and he gets it. Simple sign and trolling the trolls. He's going to stick it. Just Pride knows it's going to happen. He's going to come in. All he has to do is drop down and pre-fire the wall. He pre-fires it. He hits the shots. Forces Logic off of the diffuser. Logic comes around to get the kill, but Nines comes off better with that powerful AK-12. He's not being covered by anyone other than Bison here in Dirt Tunnel. But the Maestro Cam is going to down Hibana, but the plant is successful. 3 versus 2 post-plant situation as Just Toby gets that kill. Bison all on his own here in Dirt Tunnel. 1 versus 3, 35 seconds. He needs to hold this off. They look like they don't know where he is. They're looking all over the place. They can't find him. He's going to take down Jaeger. He knows where Maestro is, but Maestro knows where he is. And a Duzmu, Bison rather, is going to come off better. He downs Just Toby, leaving Brissac all on his own in a 1 versus 1. Brissac being absolutely everywhere. Oh, but the ping of Brissac goes against him. Zach is renowned for having issues with his connection. And it looks like this could be an Athena game here in overtime. But we are going to see Nines take 1 down. But the MYR flank, the snaky plays from MYR, gets the cheeky kill from behind. He gets another kill onto Jay, got booted, but he is refragged by Ulysses. Very good indeed. As we do see the player coming down red stairs, that's going to be Bison. Sorry, Kicks playing on the mute and starting to push towards the site. They have the diffuser in hand as one goes for white hallway. But we do have the Duzmu playing up here. And he is going to get taken out by Bev2G as he just pushes in without a care in the world. Starts to make his way around to Freezer. He knows there's a player there and he is going to hold that position, waiting for the play. But he is going to come off as he sees Bison playing there on Shaiko, and he's going to take him down. Nursing gets the double kill. Nursing is the last player standing. Bev goes for the knife, but he isn't successful. The ADS. That's going to allow grenades to come out as Buck is going to peek his way in. And he is going to pre-fire all the possible positions. Pre-Elo getting a little bit caught on each other there as Jack does manage to take down MYR. He's just going to come and pre-fire everything, playing very aggressively right now. 3 versus 3. You have finally made it and joined the rest of your team. Enzo drops down to cover the window. He knows that someone's down. All right, we are back. We had to do a rehost in the end. People started leaving, rejoining the wrong side, etc, etc, etc. So we've just done a rehost. No big deals, no big deals. Same site, same operators. Let's go. Okay, Laundry and Supply Room is going to be the first site to get played. What we can do is what we've been doing this week and what we will do every game pretty much. Let's take a look at the win record. There we go. Both teams lost their first play day, but both teams won their second play day, though Legacy won it by default. So the only team here playing tonight that we've actually seen take a legitimate win is Fragile V2. So it's going to be interesting to see these two teams playing against each other. Now, as I talked about during the ban phase, Mute being taken out of play can be directly attributed to Flores getting played a lot, and there we go. We do see that Legacy banning Mute has allowed them to bring out Flores, so no big surprises here. He was 6-picked as well, which makes things very, very clear. Very, very clear indeed. Now, let's take a look at how this is going to pan out. Let's look at some stats for this map before we really get into it. 52% attacking favored from last season, 48% defender favored. This site itself is 55% attacking favored. So the attackers have a slight edge coming into this very first round, but it's still very, very even and could go either way. Now, the question is, will we get a blue take? It looks like we are going to get a blue take as Thatcher himself is droning into blue. So it's likely to be a blue and a backstairs take. That is the most common way for people to come. Kane is going to spawn all on his own over in the campsite and start making his way over as Flores. Now, for someone living in a campsite, he has a very, very fancy suit on. Look at that. That's not a man that lives in a caravan. It's not a man that lives in a caravan whatsoever. Cody, interestingly, not playing Jaeger down here on blue pillar. Normally, it's Jaeger that's down here. But no, we have an Ella on this pillar. Now that's an interesting choice. The SMG, the Scorpion, not the easiest to handle. So hopefully he'll be okay here. He tries to take. You see, he can't even shoot a drone. There you go. And he's got to try and shoot heads. Yeah, you need to shake your head, bro. You need to shake your head. All right, so Aza and Kane get the opening frags for Legacy, but there is a quick couple of trades coming out, putting us in a 3 versus 3 with 2 minutes left on the clock. We're not even a minute into the round, and already we're in a 3 versus 3. We've got Fletch holding a default position here in Highway. Cody up on blue. on pillar, and Barry just behind the bomb chassis, waiting for someone to come through the rotate that's already been opened up by the defense. Cody, though, gets 2 quick frags. He can't shoot drones, but he can shoot heads, and he has now put his team into a 3 versus 1, but Kane is going to fall at the hands of Barry, and that was a quick round with people just shooting things. Hardly any utility coming into play, just nice and easy, a round going to Fragile. Interesting. Site locked. Fragile are going to head upstairs to dorms. No huge surprises. This is typically the primary or secondary site. Hey, thank you very much for the follow, Wheezy. Very much appreciated. Very much appreciated. I mean, yeah, that round was just, yeah, it was nothing to see here. That's the kind of round that the police would put tape around and just say, nothing to see, walk away. Oh, the crime scene being how Kane managed to not get that kill at the end, because Kane's a gunner. Kane's a gunner. For him to miss out like that is a bit of a surprise. A bit of a surprise indeed, but, you know, Barry playing on Jaeger. Very powerful gun. Very powerful gun. Let's see what kind of setup we will get here in dorms. I expect to see full reinforcements in attic and also in closet. We've got the bandit batteries. Those will be easily taken out from underneath by Ash or Thatcher. Because Thatcher is in play, remember, he isn't banned in this game, so Thatcher is going to be allowed to come out to play for once. Normally he isn't, but today he's been given special privileges. He's got his free bus pass, and he is on the bus over to the map, so he can come. There's the bus he came in on. Lovely jubbly. All right, all 5 players spawning over here in the parking site. Brisak just looking for a possible freebie through a doorway, but there is no one there. No one peeking out of bedroom door. He is clear to make his way up. He's going to take out that default cam. Ooh, missing all the sounds of his gun there. Payne getting ready to join him. And how are they going to take out this utility? They have Zach here, so they're going to use EMPs to take out the bandit batteries. That will then allow Thatcher, played by Just Toby, to walk in and open that closet. And we have a full stack up on this side, so heavily invested into pushing in this way. Kane might make his way up to double window, but nothing good ever happens at this window. Nothing ever happens to that window that can be called, yeah, that was good. Yeah. There we go. EMP goes out. Just Toby starts to open that wall. Barry is going to retreat, knowing that he's getting pushed from behind, but it is simply an air jab going up from Enzo, stopping the run out. 2 ADSs there to deny any grenades from coming through. Barry's going to peek the breach, but having get droned out, he is going to make his way around to look at that doorway. He is spotted again. 2 drones easily taken out of play, and he is going to sit and watch this breach, waiting for someone to push in. Laying down could be a good play. It'd be nice to see someone with a C4 there, but cheeky little flank here from Ella. Cody's going to pick off 1. Is he going to get a second? No, he's not, but Enzo's going to claim a life. That's 4 versus 4. Stun grenade goes out as Enzo decides he's just going to aggressively push his way in. Flores drones coming in to take down utility. That's a shield getting taken out of play by that drone as Kundi takes down Aza. 4 versus 3. Gas grenade is going to push these players back. Diffuser dropped in bedroom as Enzo loses a load of health to that gas grenade. Barry continuing to hold onto this breach, waiting for a player to show his face. It's going to be Kane pushing up close, but the red dot sight on Barry comes off better yet again against Kane. Arch nemesis. Thatcher's going to fall as well, leaving Enzo in the 1 versus 3, but Barry is unstoppable. You just cannot stop Barry getting the kills. Hey, thank you very much for the follow. Oh no, you're just checking followages. Okay, sorry, fair enough. Brisak has left the game. He is that furious. This will be a rehost for them. Bear with me. Our host pause being used. Don't know why I said it like that. So that's Legacy's 1 rehost being used, but we're not actually doing a full rehost. That's not how it works. A lot of people say, hey, you should have unlimited pauses. Unlimited pauses. Well, all right, it was quick. It was quick. I'll allow it. All right. Okay. Yeah, so some people say you should have unlimited pauses because you don't have to rehost, right? So why not have unlimited pauses? Well, because the point of having a single rehost was never really there just because it's a pain in the ass to set a game up. It's there because people will take unofficial timeouts and they'll just leave the game and say, we need to rehost, we've got a technical problem. And they can do that at the end of every single round with no repercussions. The game will last all night. People are having unlimited tactical rehosts just because. So that's why you have a limited number of rehosts. Just because pause is there now doesn't take that away. There is still the ability for teams to obviously abuse that and say, hey, disconnected, we need a pause. And you have an unlimited number of pauses to use, and therefore the game could go on for 3 hours to play one map because the teams want a tactical rehost at the end of every round, or a tactical pause. And that's not the way it operates. So you still allow just one pause / rehost. That's the way it is. Okay. So, playing downstairs in meeting and kitchen, which is very interesting to see. A lot of Xbox teams will actually go to dining room and kitchen, but no, it's nice to see meeting room and kitchen. It's nice to see meeting room and kitchen being done here. Very defensible from up top. Normally you'd bring a castle, which is in the hands of Boomsy, or Boom, as he is generally called. Hatch is sealed, though. That's an interesting choice. Normally you leave that open to cover it from up above. Reinforce the walls, open up the hatch, defend it. But no, that's not what's being played here by Fragile. Frag grenade getting cooked. That's going to go out and rip. Oh, but the ADS is there to protect him. It's just the one, though. There's plenty of time to chuck another one, but Kundi is going to back out. EMP's getting used here to do something. That's to stop the bandit batteries, and that's going to force Boom away from that wall as it gets breached. Just Toby opening fire onto him as he ducks out. The drones are there giving that intel, but Just Toby isn't going to get the kill. We've still got Kundi upstairs in Swamp waiting to do his thing. We've got one ADS still there waiting to pick up any chuckables. We need someone to support Kane with a stun grenade here to allow the grenade to go through. But C4 from underneath, it looks like, to try and stop the push doesn't manage to work as Kane does pick off Kundi. So Kane managing to get some kills up there on the borders. We are now in a 4 versus 5. Fragile fall behind for the first time really in this matchup. Enzo is going to take out Boom as well. And Legacy looking really, really good on this site. Main wall is open. All the work is done. They just have to move in and get this plant down as health is dropping drastically here from 2 players. 1 player as 1 falls, leaving Fletch all on his own downstairs off site. He has 1 C4 in hand. The hatch is open, but the plant's... Oh, is that going to be denied? It is! What a play from Fletch. However, the diffuser can still be picked up and put down. Brissac is going to go for it and he's going to sit right in the doorway and do it. Fletch is going to have to come up the back stairs, but he is going to have many, many, many players waiting for him. He's got 1, he's got 2, but he's not going to be able to pick off any of them. And that last kill is going to go to Legacy. And finally, Legacy are going to put a round on the board as they go 2-1 at the end of round number 3. Nicely done. It was a great play by Fletch, but it was just an impactless frag, just delaying the inevitable. Delaying the inevitable. Unfortunate for Mr. Fletch. Laundry and supply room has now become unlocked for Legacy, and they are going to go right back there. They are going to go right back. Oh, we can have the replays. I forgot the replays. It's not my day. It's not my day stream. It really isn't my day. I don't know what's going on. I just can't seem to get anything. Did I even catch that? I did catch it. Thank you. Yes. I need to find out why there's actually even no game audio on the replays. There used to be game audio, but for some reason this new streaming setup isn't playing audio on the on the replays. No idea why. Laundry and supply room it is. 5 versus 5, as we like to see it. 30 seconds left on prep phase. Let's see what kind of setup we are gonna get. It looks like we might get an elbow hold. We did in the first round. The wall has been left soft so far. Looks like Boom's setting up to open it up. But we did have a rotate here. We didn't have a full elbow hold last time, but we did have the rotates. Boom getting ready to start opening. Barry sort of like, hey, bro, don't shoot me. Don't shoot me. There we go. He manages to get past safely. There we go. We've got the shield being placed quite far back. That's an interesting position there for that shield to go. You don't normally see it quite so far back. 5 men now rushing through as... Oh, hello. That's an interesting new glitch. Not seen that one before. Drone is going to go in. That is going to take down that shield, and that is going to take that elbow hold apart instantly as the 2 ADSs and the shield is dropped. Boom is still there with a shotgun, though. We do have one magnet up, hit 2 magnets here, denying some throwables. Second shield is going to fall. That's going to force Cody back a little bit. And there we go. That's Kane doing his work with Flores. That's what you want. Yellow pings going out. More Flores drones going in, but those magnets are going to get left unchecked, so not quite ready to chuck in the grenades just yet. Just Toby being the man at the front, which I don't like to see Thermite and man holding diffuser being the one leading the charge with the fragging here. You'd probably want the likes of Kane or Brisac to do that. Not really a hard breach, but I guess they've determined... Oh, no! Getting shot out by Barry. No, Boom comes back. The communication here from Fragile seems to be lacking somewhat there. That shouldn't have been allowed. As Just Toby now starts to make his way in just a little bit too late. That wall is reinforced. Magnets getting taken down. Shock drone taking out utility as well. Cody holding on for dear life here behind Blue as he tries to avoid all these little drones whipping around his feet. Just getting pinged everywhere, but Thermite comes in and does take him down. Nice pick there from Just Toby, with Zach getting one of his own. 3 versus 4 now, as Aza is going to feel the effects of the Ella Grismot coming down that back staircase. Zach holding on to Blue, waiting to make sure no one's going to come from elbow, but it is still reinforced, so it is perfectly safe. One player in freezer, smoke grenades going out over the bomb chassis as Boom's going to take a little bit of damage here as Smoke holding back here in supply closet. He does get droned. He's got 1 gas grenade left as one of his teammates comes through to join him. Intel game is taken out of play. Zach gets into a bit of a gunfight and has lost some power, some health rather, but he's just going to sit here on drone and give the calls to his team. Not quite sure how useful that drone is, other than saying there's no one hard right or left on that breach. He's going to make his way in as the plant is going down. We've got no player in freezer, but Fletch is going to make his way around. They're trying to bait out the utility with 35 seconds left to go, but Toby comes back in to try to stick that plant again. Fletch is pushed back by the player on the breach. We've got Ash peeking down highway as Enzo gets taken out of place. C4 goes out, but manages to do nothing. Aza very low on health, but Zach is going to claim the life of Boom. Fletch just a lick away from death here, as Toby is going to want to go in and start to try to stick this plant. No gas grenades left. Plant is going down. Fletch and Kundi responsible for denying it. Kundi is not going to. He's going to deny Just Toby, but the plant is already down, and he buys himself a whole 45 seconds in a 1 versus 1 against Zach. But Zach is going to come off better because he knows exactly where Fletch is coming from. Thank you very much, Yellow Pings. And Legacy, it wasn't a walkover, but they managed to get it. They struggled a little bit. But they managed to pull it back nicely. Well played to Legacy as we go 2-2. This is a good split that we're seeing here. A good even game. A good even game is what we like to see. This week the games have been a little bit one-sided. It's been a shame. All right, dorms now unlocked for Fragile. They are going to head back there. They're not going to try laundry and supply room a second time. They've won it once, lost it once. They're going to hedge their bets and go to a different site instead. What was the bait of the audio? Confused. Okay. So, Kane droning downstairs. He knows the site isn't down there. We want to see where drones go to. So, Zach is going to be spawning over on parking, it seems. Kane has eyes on site. He knows where it is. It looks like he... Oh, no, he's underneath, but they know it's up there. It's like Kane's going to be coming in from that side as well. Zach and Kane's drones having a little bit of a love-in here. No drones lost from Legacy. That's good to see. The drone game is strong, keeping that utility alive. Thank you very much for the follow, Luigi. Very much appreciated. Enzo spawns in. It looks like he's AFK, but he is back now. As we have 4 players spawning over on this side. Where is the other one? Just Toby coming over from parking. And yet again, we get a heavy investment over here onto Master Bedroom and Armory side. So the same stuff coming out from these two teams. Or from this team at least. As Enzo just getting intel. As Aza is just walking around here on the roof. Don't fall off, Aza. Don't fall off. You're better than that. Okay, gonna get on drones. He's a little bit exposed there, but he is gonna drone. What is this Flores drone glitch? That is weird. There we go. One shield taken down already as just Toby starts to open up the closet. Wolf, thank you very much to the EMP. But is that... Oh, Fletch just manages to get it down in the nick of time. That was like 0.002 of a second away from getting open up. Fletch is going to continue trying to trick that as just Toby gets ready. They can send Ash downstairs to move him out of the way, but it doesn't matter. The Flores drone goes in, and that is Fletch pushed back. Second EMP is going to go up, but it wasn't necessary as that wall is now open and Legacy have full access into a default plant spot here in the game room. Pings going out as drones get lost. Kane starts to push in with Enzo covering from the top of Armory stairs. Utility getting pinged as Fletch falls. Now that is not huge. Fletch hasn't been gunning. He's had his good plays, but that is unfortunate for Fragile as we go to a 4-4. Aza being taken off the board for Legacy isn't ideal either because he is an absolute gunner. So that's going to hurt Legacy a little bit. But it doesn't matter because Briszak is still in the game and he can shoot straight, that is for sure. The only one actually really going positive right now is Briszak. The only one with more than a 1.0. Frag grenade almost takes themselves out as Kane is now in sight. He has control and he's starting to push aggressively in. He knows there's one in the breach. He's going to push hard onto those two players in Dorm's area, but Boomsy with the SMG-11 rips Kane's head off, putting us into a 3 versus 3. One player on main window trying to make his way in, but like I say, nothing good ever comes from that. Just Toby is in sight, looking for a position to try and plant. He's going to move in and see the player laid on the floor, and he gets taken out. And this is a very aggressive push coming out here from Legacy, as just Toby makes his way in. Even though he's the hard breach, he's just going to tear into the site. And Legacy are just going to win it on gunpowder alone, not tactics. Nicely done. Oh, I'm not sure that was a bait, MYR. I'm not sure it was a bait. I feel like it was just, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure I like the idea of sacrificing a player in the hope of getting a pick. Even if that was the case. Anyway, laundry and supply room is going to get played. Aza, 6-picking Ash, going to Sophia. Very, very good choice. A million bullets in the gun, assuming he's brought out the LMG rather than the M762. Which at the moment, I think most people are choosing to run the LMG. The M762 just isn't where it was, which is a bit of a shame. Yes, they could have tweaked it slightly to nerf it. I don't think they needed to go quite as far as they did. Eventually, Aza does lose that drone. And Zach getting ready here for the blue push. And we are going to get the same setup here coming out from the defense. Now, we want to make sure that Boom doesn't accidentally take these, doesn't accidentally shoot this ADS when he's opening up the rotate. Wouldn't be the first time we've seen a player do that. Wouldn't be the first time I would have done it, that's for sure. So, yeah, hopefully he manages to avoid that. As he comes around, it looks like he's going to open it up now. He should know where that utility is, so he shouldn't shoot it. There we go, that is successful. Shield is going to go up as Zach is going to drone in. 4 players stacked up here on blue. Why change it? We played this site 3 times. Why do anything different? It works the last time, so there's no reason to think it won't work this time. It would be nice to see some adaptability from the defense. Everything looks exactly the same as it did before. So, yeah, I'd kind of like to see something a little bit different coming out here. But there goes that Flores drone again, taking out all the utility. There's that wall getting reinforced. Okay, this is the bait that MYL's talking about, I suppose. But the drones are going in, along with the stun grenades, forcing Boom back. I mean, it's not working. It's not working. It's trying it again, I suppose. But there you go. I don't see the point. I really don't see the point. 4 versus 4. As Cody gets stuck here. As Cody is going to get stuck here on blue. This is the position he wants to play. He's had some success with it so far. Let's see if he can make it work this time. Zach sending in that drone. That hole has not been reinforced, and that is now wide open for the attackers. So they are actually going to open up electrical as well. Now, this is a difficult thing to do. It's not difficult to do, but it does make things a bit more challenging for you because you open up the opportunity for the defenders to take you out of play. Cody doing great work behind that pillar again, just like he did in the previous round here, where he has managed to pick up a couple of people. Barry gets one himself. Diffuser's dropped in blue. Kane left all on his own in a 1 versus 3. Turns his back to Cody for some reason, and Cody is just going to take him out. And that's a round going to Fragile, making it a 3-3 at the end of the first half. Now, this is the nice close game that we wanted to see. Thank you very much for the follow, Richman. Very much appreciated. Kids Dorms is going to be the first site to get played by Legacy. Now, a lot of teams will go to Laundry Supply Room. Dorms is the favorite site for people to start on in ranked, but generally here in the leagues, they start in Laundry and Supply Room.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
So, top floor. Let's see what kind of hold we get set up here. Now, Zach opening up the hatch, possibly for someone to play down below with a C4. So we might see Kaid or Mozzie playing downstairs. I mean, you'd expect to see Mozzie on the roam, so that could be something set up, especially for Enzo to use as he's roaming around. Enzo is already downstairs, and he's going to be playing in security, looking for drones. Not going to find any. Kane down here as well, looking for drones, but nothing being spotted. Enzo is going to find Cody's going down that staircase, and he is going to try to take that out. He's going to get it eventually. No, he's not. No, he does. Okay. So they know that Enzo is downstairs, and they might try to rush up to this lobby door, but they aren't going to. Barry is sending his drone in to try to find where Enzo has gone to, and he is going to get caught running up that staircase. So any flanks that he had in mind have now been taken away from him. This hole here, not going to be particularly useful unless Enzo can manage to make his way away from there. We do have Kane downstairs, so he can do some damage. And he could be going to the hallway window here to deny the flare that's going to be upstairs on that kid's window. However, the Flores drone is going to spot him, and that's going to make the player on kid's window think a little bit more closely about what they're doing. Sure enough, that player does get off that rappel, and Cody's going to make his way over to the double window here to try and do something from around this area. Spots Jaeger, opens fire, but Azer's just a little bit smarter. He's going to hold back and move position, waiting for that player to make another move. But Enzo does fall very quickly at the hands of Barry as he's making his way in here through the master bedroom. So that hole there isn't really going to come into play. The only thing that hole's really going to be useful now for is making sure that the attackers push their way around the outside rather than tucking up against the wall. Gas grenade is going to go out, and that's going to push Barry Boomsy back. He's going to send in his Flores drone in through this window if he can get the positioning right. Oh no, he's going through the drone hole instead. Has he got enough time? He's got one set. Oh, he doesn't see the player in the corner. He doesn't know there's one in swamp, but the second drone knows that Zach is there. So Zach is going to watch very carefully, chuck that gas grenade to slow down that push. There we go. And that is the power of having that hatch open, is that you can very carefully target where that gas grenade goes to stop those players from pushing in. But Kundi is going to manage to pick off Zach from over in the breach that's been opened up in closet. 4 versus 2, 4 versus 1, as Just Toby is the last man left standing. Moves in, manages to claim the life of one, but he's still got 3 players left to find. Doesn't look in the games room, and that's where Barry is waiting, and he does get that kill. And the attackers go up 1 round, making it 4-3. Like we saw there, sometimes it ends up not benefiting. I think with these two teams, it's just something that's never going to benefit. it's my thought. That's why I was a little bit dubious about it. It does make sense what you're saying, MWR. I just didn't see these two teams really falling for it, in all honesty. Alrighty, so Laundry and Supply Room is going to get played this time. Legacy not wanting to try Dorms 2 times in a row. They're going to try something a little bit different, see if they can have a little bit more luck downstairs.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs.
Now, I said previously that I wanted to try and see more about where drones go, so let's watch where these drones are. I want to find out where people are leaving their flank drones, give you people watching some ideas as to where you can put your own drones. So let's see how this one's going to play. Well, I thought Boom was going to have an interesting one there, but no. All right, so Barry's just outside the doorway. He knows that Mozzie's there. Mozzie could spot that, but he's not going to. He does spot the one behind him, though. That is Cody's drone taken out of play. Fletch's drone is going to sit here in garage, and Cundy's is going to come into kitchen, and that's going to sit here on Zulu, as they call it. Fletch in garage, Barry here on front door, and Boom's wherever it was where we left it. I can't remember where it was. I can't remember. 5 versus 5 as we kick off this round. Let's see how this one's going to play out, as we are getting a push here from 2 players over on the camping site as Boom and Cundy push their way in very, very quickly, which is interesting. They had no drones really set up here watching it, although Boom had his one in the kitchen, so I suppose that kind of makes sense. We've got one playing at the top of Freezer's stairs. That looks like Kaid, who's going to take that drone out. Now Kaid is going to back out. That hatch is reinforced. He's going to put that quick Electroclaw up there. That's going to slow down the attack. We have Thatcher in play, so that hatch will still get opened up very, very easily once Thatcher makes his way in. He is coming around, and we are getting Freezer take. This is what we love to see. A little bit of versatility, some adaptability as Cody makes his way down that staircase and gets the easy kill onto Brizak while he's still setting up with his shield. Mozzie's going to poke his face out. Cody tries to take it off, but he isn't going to be successful. Aza instead is going to lay down and hold onto the laundry door as he pushes forward. Player there on drone comes off drone just as Aza pushes his way up, and it's almost like that player knows. 2 players upstairs now on this area with Fletch just laid down. He doesn't know there's a player there. He does now as he is given away, and that's the headshot to Fletch. Mozzie falls. Cody takes down another one, leaving Just Toby and Enzo all on their own as Just Toby manages to down one. Cody gets the triple kill, but Toby is going to fall at the hands of Cundy, and Fragile are doing very, very well in the second half. They are just built for attack, it seems. Built for attack. There we go. 5-3. Take a nice look at the scoreboard. And we are going to go back to dorms. Legacy not quite sure what they want to do here. They need to have a tertiary site. You can't just rely on 2 sites. They need to have a 3rd site that they can go to. They might be saving it for when they get into a pinch. But at the moment, they're going to take a chance on dorms. Let's remind ourselves of the stats for dorms from last season. If we take a look, it was 57% defender favored and 43% attacker favored. And that's just how that worked.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
We saw dining room and kitchen and meeting and kitchen being 100% defender favored last season. If we look at the stats here, it was actually won by the attacking team in this season, so things have changed a little bit as we come into this season with these 2 teams. They've managed to mix it up and make things work a little bit more in the favor of the attack when it comes to those sites. But these teams are still favoring upstairs and basement. But I would like to see a tertiary site being pulled out here. I suspect that they'll give dorms one more go here now, and then after this one, if it's not successful, they'll either go to laundry and supply, or they will just try a kitchen site. Let's see how that's going to happen. Now we've got the same holes being opened up, or the same hatches rather. We've got Enzo playing a slightly different operator. He's not going to be on Mozzie this time. Instead of being an intel denier, he's going to be an intel gainer. Moving on to Valkyrie. Ace is going to be playing on Goyo, setting up his shields in tactical positions. I'm not sure this is the best choice, considering the fact that we've got Flores in play. This is going to be a case of just sending in Flores drones, burning utility, and just wasting a little bit of time, I feel. But it is going to push defenders out of position if they are holding on to onto these Goyo shields. Now, Zach opening up all the rotates. He's going to be rotating in between dorms and swamp, it looks like, with Enzo playing here, not denying this wall. That's going to get opened up immediately by Hibana, using up 8 pellets, I think that was. How many she got left? She has 10 left, so 6, 12, 16, 4 pellets, I guess. 6. No, it was 6 pellets. I'm sure it was 6. Sure it was 6. It's too big to be 4, so it must have been 6. A 4 and a 2, I guess. I forget how many she starts with. Beautiful pick there for Cody. How many does she start with? I thought it was 16. No, you get 6 in the thing, right? So it's 6, 12, 18. Yeah, of course, 18. Oh my god, it's a Wednesday. I said this at the start of stream, it's a Wednesday. Don't expect anything good coming from me on a Wednesday. It's just not my day. 5 versus 3 as Cody is going to claim another life. This guy's 14 and 6 right now. I don't know how this guy is doing it. So Zach is going to fall to Fletch. There's another one. Another one for Cody. Another 2 for Cody. That's the flawless rounds. He just sweeps in and picks up all of the kills. Legacy are really struggling right now to deal with what Fragile are throwing their way. They need to try a different site and just try a completely different tact, because what they're doing so far just isn't working. Launch and supply room is going to get played again. Legacy, you need to have more up your sleeve than just the same hold on 2 different sites on one map. This was your map pick. This was your map pick. I'm sure it was your map pick. Let me double check. I'm pretty sure. Blah, 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 blah. Team B picks the map. Yeah, they're Team B. They pick the map. They pick this map and they don't really have much to show on defense. They picked to start on defense. They picked the map. You'd think defending was where their strong point was, but at the moment, I'm just not seeing it. They're just allowing Fragile to just walk in and tear them apart. And they need to do something about it. We're now on match point. Fragile are on match point. They just need to win one more round, and with the way Legacy are going, they're not shaping up to win the 3 rounds that they need to take this to overtime. Fragile have guaranteed themselves at least 1 point at this stage. Legacy can still turn it around. Sorry, I'm still not used to casting these teams. I've only casted Legacy once, and I just look at the lineup and I don't know, I feel like Fragile's on the right for some reason. I don't know why. So apologies to the teams. But anyway, Fragile on match point. They just need to win 1 round. Legacy have to win 3 rounds in order to get to overtime to just try and win 1 point. At the moment, this is all in favor of Fragile, and with the way these guys are just running in, shooting people, 16 and 6. You shouldn't be allowing a fragger to get that, not at this level. Legacy are better than that. They don't have Stealth 7 in play tonight. I think that would probably address the balance a little bit. But, yeah. This isn't looking great for Legacy, as we can see the Gemini running in. Zach is going to take that down. Utility is going to take out some... Sorry, the MPs are going to take out some utility here, but Grenade is still going to go in and destroy that shield. Gas Grenade is going to hold back the push a little bit, but Brizzak is still going to come out onto Elbow and pre-fire that wall just in case anyone is trying to push their way around. ADSs are going to revive. That's going to save Brizzak from any more grenades that come round, as long as they come past that corner of the wall. How does he do those little flicks on a controller? I just don't understand. Another drone's going to come in. Another drone falls. Here comes the push. Thatcher could fall here. That shotgun is very, very close up, but it's not going to happen as Cody claims the lives of 2. Brizzak is spending far too much time here trying to hold that elbow. Cody comes in and turns his back to Brizzak, and Zach isn't going to finish him off, but Enzo is going to. C4 gets ripped, and that is going on to the default plant spot, but the diffuser has already been dropped. 2 versus 2 very quickly, and Brizzak has managed to hold himself very well here on elbow, as the players are now in blue. Brizzak just holding back close on the breach. 1 player moving around Laundry. Gemini trying to find him, but not spotting him just yet, but he's going to hold his position as the Gemini does get destroyed. We've got Barry pushing onto elbow. Fletch already in sight. He knows there's a player to the left. Barry isn't going to try and pinch onto Brizzak, who's holding that rotate. Zach is going to push it, but he's going to get away with his life. Barry very low on health, and Zach is just going to continue holding this position. 50 seconds to go. A lot of time here for the attack to make plays. We can see Barry making his way around, but with not much health left, to go up against a shotgun or an SMG-11 doesn't seem the smartest play. It looks like Legacy are going to claw 1 round back, as Fletch is the last man standing in a 1 versus 2. He has diffuser, but he won't won't be getting the chance to plant, especially as Brisak is just going to shoot him down as he makes his way down highway. And Legacy finally managed to win a defensive hold. Finally. Now they just need to do that another 2 times. Just another 2 times. But they can't do it in laundry and supply. They're going to go back upstairs to dorms, the site they've lost twice. I've said it as many times as I need to say it, and I'm going to say it again. You need more than 2 sites, teams. You need more than 2 sites. Don't just practice the same 2 sites that you're stuck playing your ranked all the time because no one ever wants to go anywhere else. You got to mix it up. You got to try something different and keep your enemy on their toes. Sure, it worked out for you in the second time on laundry and supply room. But dorms, you've lost it twice already. Are you going to do enough different to really make this work? Let's see what kind of setup we'll get, if there's going to be any adaptability coming up from Legacy in order to try and secure this round that they need. If they win this one, they are going to have to go to a 3rd site. So let's hope they have something ready on one of the 2 kitchen sites that will have to get played if they are victorious here. Right, just making sure I got everything set up ready. Yeah, we have got everything set up. Okay, that's good. Alrighty then, so I'm a tad disappointed in Kane, I'll be honest. Kane on 4 and 9. Kane on 4 and 9. And he's like a good fragger normally. Don't know what's going on with him today.
Reloading my ammo.
He's going to hold this angle, waiting for someone to show themselves, but he's going to be waiting for quite a while because there's no one around. I sometimes enjoy this peace and quiet that you get when you just spectate a player that's just standing watching an angle. It's not fun for you to stream. But I quite like how chilled it is. Just watching what he's doing. But you want to see what everyone else is doing. So let's go and have a look at Barry as Aza rips Fletch's head right off. Barry jumps out to make his way round to the doorway. Here we can see Valkyrie trapped in the corner. Barry looking underneath the doorway to see if he can get a pick onto some feet, but Valkyrie not going to be pushing her way out. She is going to hold firm, but now she has gone and making her way around to the lobby through meeting, just sitting here holding and waiting. As Brisak is going to continue playing on Swamp. Enzo holding up in games. And Kundi just droning out attic. Try to find where the enemy is. 4 players on drones right now, it looks like. No, I don't know what I'm saying. I was looking at the drone counts. Oh, Wednesdays. All right, so Lowe's utility going out to spend those magnets and ADSs. Boom does manage to blind himself, but the Flores drone is going to go in and get shot out by that shotgun because it excels that kind of thing. Second one's going to go in. I suspect Zach's going to get that one. No, he's not. Zach is going to be forced out of position there, but he does make his way right back. Ideally, you need to see Flores making a play based on that push. Instead, he made his way all the way around to the breach, and that drone did pretty much nothing. It looks like Legacy could actually claw back another round here, as just Toby's holding on to Dawn's. He sees the player through the double window, opens fire just a little bit too late as that player gets away with his life. This time we have Valkyrie downstairs, but Boom shuts him down. 3 versus 3. Kundi very low on health. Cody is going to need to do some work here as these 2 players playing with him. Boom isn't doing the work when it comes to fragging, and Kundi doesn't have the health to really take any risks. Diffuser has been dropped. It's in the wind as Zach takes down Boom. Cody could be the man here to save things for Fragile, but at the moment it's looking like it's going to go Legacy's way as we're in a 3 versus 2. 25 seconds left, no diffuser in hand. Cody rotating to make a push up white stairs. Let's see if he can make this happen. We've got 1 player making his way down, but I don't think he knows it. That's Zach on the shotty. I think, no, it was just Toby. And Legacy managed to take another round. Oh, we might actually get overtime. We might actually get overtime. So, round to Legacy, 6-5. We're either going to have a 7-5 or an 8-something. Wouldn't that be something? So, like I said, Fragile have secured themselves 1 point at least. Wait, what's this? Barry with 2 kills for the gifted sub. 8. Oh, someone said that if he gets 10 kills, you'll gift a sub. Oh, okay. Yeah, Cody gets no gifted subs with his 18. I guess it's just expected, whereas Barry to get 10 is unexpected, which is why we promised the gifted sub. Poor Barry. Boom, gonna 6-pick that Flores and go on to Buck.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by
That could be a very good choice. We are finally going to another site. Legacy have no choice. They have no choice, and they are going to go to kitchen and dining. Now, I'd expect to see a top floor hold here. We do have Enzo playing on the castle, so it is expected that we're going to see players up top. Very easy to defend this site from above. We saw on the stats earlier for this site.
Attackers have discovered the location.
We saw earlier on this site when we looked at the stats that the stats were 100% defensive win rate. So this could be good. This could be good for Legacy. Gay Stevens 69. Thank you very much for the follow. Very much appreciated. It says you're the first time chat, but I'm sure you followed in a previous stream and chatted then as well, and that's how I spotted you. You said you were embarrassed about something. No, I just started talking nonsense when I saw you follow. That's what it was. Maybe you didn't chat. Okay. Aza going to be roaming around here, up on the first floor. Up on the first floor. Up above the basement, at least. On the first floor, roaming around, seeing if he can get any early kills here. Kane likely doing something very similar as he runs around here, coming up the white stairs onto Canadian. 5 and 9 for Kane. This is not where he wants to be, that's for sure. We see that the attack already have control of Attic. We've got full reinforcements. No way to get into kids' dorms without opening that up. iCody doing what iCody does, taking down players. That's Aza out of play. Someone needs to shut down Cody. They need to spend 4 men just finding where Cody is and just taking him out of play. Ball into kids' dorms is going to get opened up with the hard breach round being placed on there by Boom. Beautiful plays from him. That opens up access so they can walk around through the sites, but just Toby is going to hold this position. Now, this is a site or a room that we very often see Toby clutching it up on. So this is like a second home to just Toby. Zach down below feeling a lot of pressure here. Going to get hit by a lot of bullets, but the Kona station is going to heal him up, but the frag grenade or the explosion from the wall is going to do him a little bit of damage there as Enzo manages to drop Cody, and that is huge for Legacy, and that's going to help them out a lot as they are currently in a 3 versus 4, and the main fragger for Fragile is off of the board, but Barry's going to drop as well. 3 versus 3, not very much health on Enzo as Toby takes down 1. 3 versus 2, and this is looking very, very good for Fragile. For Legacy rather, as Fragile have no diffuser, and they aren't even down to sight yet with 1 minute left to go. Kundi pushing his way towards the default plant. 2 players very low on health. Oh no, Zach almost loses a little bit more. He can just see the foot. Oh no, no. Oh, Zach just has it away as the Achilles heel gets a couple of bullets to it. He manages to take down Boom just up above him. Very fortunate there for Zach. They all know exactly where Kundi is now, and it looks like we are actually going to see an overtime, because I'd be surprised if Kundi can pick this up himself as Enzo comes around behind him and gets that pick from the top of the laundry staircase. Oh, I just... Zach sits on smoke and hard breach. Can't expect the man to make all the plays. Yeah. Gay Steven is a known waffler. No, I don't know who you are. I want to know who you are now. All right, so we go to overtime. One of these 2 teams is going to get 2 points. One of them is going to get 1 point. Question is, who's going to get what? As we go to dorms, a site that has been played many, many times. Legacy choosing to start defense on OT. They've won this site once, they've lost it twice. Let's see if they can make this happen and get a 50% win rate. They need it. But, like I say, this is a great match. This is the only time... Sorry, this is the only time other than our first game, I think it was, that went to overtime. So... Yeah, well played to these two teams. A nice close matchup. This is what we like to see. This is what more of our games should have been. But there's been a bit of an imbalance, I think, due to Apollo winning their first week's game has kind of thrown the matchups out a little bit with the way they've been scheduled and pitched against each other. Because we are playing win record versus win record, or as close to as possible. And Apollo winning their first game and then going up against Reborn, followed by Sync, took those players, or took those teams out of play for some of the other strong teams, and has made us see some matchups at this point that aren't quite as balanced as they probably should have been. But that's the way it goes. Now, we have at least 2 rounds left to play. We are going to see Fragile making a push here onto the tall tower, as Boom is going to rappel his way up. We have no Maverick in play because he is banned, but we do have a Thatcher, we do have a Hibana, so it's going to be no problem to get this wall open. Enzo, though, just waiting to Electro Claw trick. Let's see how successful he can be. It's a little bit more tricky to pull off than a bandit trick due to timing, but let's see. Let's see. Now, Cody rocking the commando here on IQ. Going to be responsible for holding down Kid Storm's window, it seems. Let's see if he can get an easy pick here. He's going to look at the default spot up above. Oh, there we go. The Electro Claw trick is successful as we hear that get denied. He does put that claw down and deny that breach from opening. And he's going to set up for it again as we do manage to lose Brisk Zach somehow. That must have been a random shot through the window. That's an oof for Brisk Zach. He didn't need to be there. Enzo was there. He didn't need to be there. Fletch doing what Fletch needs to do on Ash, moving Cody out of position, forcing him back, allowing Cody to get that pick. And this is looking good for Fragile, though. Cody is going to drop at the hands of just Toby, who is holding Swamp. That was a great coordinated strike coming out from the attack there as Fletch down below pushed the Cade back, with Cody holding onto the window, waiting to get the kill. Nicely done. Let's see if Fragile can capitalize on that excellent teamwork as we now see them playing in a 4 versus 3. Boom down below as Kundi gets dropped by Kane. Kane starting to do a little bit more damage as we are expecting from him. And we got 1 minute, 10 seconds left to go, with a lot of work still left to be done. Magnet's going out to stop the chuckables. We are getting a continual push here through Attic, with Boom looking like he's making his way around for a flank, but someone has to get this diffuser. That's going to fall to Barry, who's going to make his way back up to Fletch. Is that North Star or Fletch? As Fletch starts to push his way in. Grenades are going out. That's going to hold Fletch back just a little bit as he goes onto his drone. AGS is there protecting Attic and Swamp from throwables. That has now been replenished and will continue to do its job if anything comes its way. 2 players holding onto Kids. Heavy push through Attic. 20 seconds left to go. And the attackers need to make a push. Fletch is going to go for it. But Jaeger's going to take him down. Kane gets that pick. Boom is going to get one of his own, putting us in a 2 versus 2. Aza very low on health. He just has to hold for 10 seconds, though, as Boom claims the life of Kane. Aza, the last one standing, is going to get 1. He sees where the second one is. He just has to bide his time, but he doesn't. He moves his way around. He peeks that doorway, and Barry manages to come in and get that kill. Most unfortunate there. With a misplay from Aza. I mean, to be fair, it could have been the right play. Why peek it? Hope for the best. Rather than relying on the player outside the doorway being a little bit too slow to make their way in through that doorway and chase you around the bed for a little while. I don't know. Oh, MYR calling Gay Steven could be Panliarkos because the Waffler. Pan is the Waffle Grandmaster. Laundry and Supply Room is going to be the defensive site of choice coming out here from Fragile. We saw them play it 3 times in the first half. They won it twice, so they've got a good win rate on it. Makes sense to want to go back there. Let's see if they can make this work. Welcome to the stream, Alicia.
Protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Welcome to the stream. You're a bit late coming in and supporting your guys' legacy. Normally you're supporting legacy here, right? I'm pretty sure Alicia normally supports legacy. Looks like she's supporting Fragile tonight. Anyway, 20 seconds left on the clock. This could potentially be the last round, and we could see we could see Fragile winning 2 points. I've got no idea what way this is going to go at this point. No idea whatsoever. Kane moving his drone. Enzo's just sitting back there watching stuff as the attacks start to move their way in. Aza has gone over to Ash. That's what he normally does. Zach doing what Zach does on Thatcher. No big surprises on this one. No big surprises at all. Now, we have seen a blue push and backstairs push pretty much every time this site has been attacked by Legacy, and we're getting nothing particularly different coming out here. Fragile, I think, went for the freezer take, whereas Legacy have been going for these blue takes. Yet again, that shield is going to get taken down. Let's get this audio bait from Boom again. No, he's going to give up with it, and it is just going to be reinforced. That is it. No messing around. Have decided it's not working for them. Enzo setting up the air jabs to cover the runouts here from blue door, and that's going to allow Legacy to push in and open up either one of these walls, whichever one they choose. They need to get the drones in there. They clearly haven't realized that there is no one in elbow. Zach is going to drone it now. Shame he didn't do that before they sent out the stun grenade. Bit of a waste of utility, but there we go. 2 drones in blue. Cody just picking lives off as he sits here on blue pillar, just like he has done every other round here. Shooting fans, shooting everything as Kundi claims one himself. Thatcher is going to drop in though as Brissac gets the pick. Wall into electrical, gets opened up. 4 versus 3 as Legacy are trying an aggressive push here. As Toby starts to push his way around towards electrical. Aza holding on to Freezer. Knows there's a player there, sees him running out. He's going to be making his way to the rotate round on highway as Zach is going to hold the angle here onto the default plant doorway. King's going out, thinks there's a player there, but there actually isn't. Or was it a call to open this wall? I don't know, but that wall is going to get open. Kundi trying to look around, see if he can get the 3 kills. Pre-firing through that wall, and he's going to aggressively push that breach. He's going to claim the life of 1, but he's going to get traded by just Toby. Lexi now in a 2 versus 3. They've got a lot of work to do and a lot of operators to fight against. We've got 1 laid down by the bomb chassis. He's going to see the head of Mozzie. He's going to take that off. 2 versus 2. Things looking a lot more even. You've got to take care of that player in Freezer, though, because he will stop that default plant. Toby's going to go for it. The old Vanquish boys going hard and heavy here up against Fragile, but they do not know that Boom is right here with a shotgun. They know now because the drone and just Toby's going to get the pick. Brisk, Zach, and Barry in the 1 versus 1. Zach knows exactly where Barry is, but Barry is going to come off better. Fragile claiming it. And they're going to get the fat 2 points on the board, while Legacy get the 6.
Fragile V2 wins 8-6.
Yeah, thank you very much. What a game. We love to see an overtime. We love to see an overtime. Well done to both the teams. That was a great matchup. Great fun to watch. Thank you very much for giving us a